Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. Today we are going to talk about sacrifice. Now I know people do not want to sacrifice anything, and I will say specifically Americans do not want to sacrifice anything. I get it. But to achieve great things, you almost always have to sacrifice something. And I'm not asking anyone to sacrifice anything that they would regret. But what are you willing to sacrifice to get ahead? And I don't mean like ahead like at work. I mean like ahead in your finances, in your place in life. To pay off the house or become debt-free completely. Or to make sure that you have enough savings that if something happened, you would be fine for a while. To make sure you have a fully funded retirement. You probably are going to have to make sacrifices. I'm sorry to say. And for some people who live, there are a lot of people, especially that follow my channel, that live relatively simply and not extravagantly. And so you might not have as much that you have to sacrifice, but I'm sure that there are things that you could do without or find a more financially, a better way to do it, whether it's shopping at discount grocery stores, couponing, meal prep, things like that. But if you've got a really big lifestyle, but your money doesn't match that lifestyle, honey, things are going to have to change. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to change your lifestyle. If you can't afford that giant SUV, it's going to have to go back. If you can't afford that girls trip weekend, you're going to have to tell your girlfriend you can't do it. If, your husband wants this and this and this, or you want this and this and this, and it's just like, and you just keep swiping that credit card and just keep getting yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into the hole, you got to stop. You got to cut up those credit cards and you got to stop and you got to set up a plan. And you're going to have to sacrifice something. Now, one of my favorite books, I don't think you guys can read this because it's backwards. The Penny Pinchers Club by Sarah. I'm not even going to try to say her name. You guys know, if you've been with me a long time, I got dyslexia. And I can read just fine, but some things, if I haven't heard them before, I can't pronounce them. But I will put this book in the description box below. I am not affiliated with this woman. I am not affiliated with this book. I actually bought this book. It's an old library book. I bought it at online, secondhand, for a couple of bucks. I rented it from the library, and years ago, I'm talking over a decade ago, and it's really good. So basically, it's about a lady who is addicted to shopping, and she has like a cleaning lady, and she does, has this really extravagant SUV and just living this larger than life lifestyle. And then she finds out that her husband is going to leave her, and he makes most of the money. She has a little bit of an income, but all her money goes towards Starbucks and expensive shoes. And so she joins a club at the local library, and they're the Penny Pinchers. And they teach her about couponing and discount shopping and saving money and sacrifice so that you can pay off debt, save money, and can take care of yourself. It's a very good story. There's a little bit of romance in it. No like intimacy or anything like that. Very not PG intimacy, PG romance. But it is a awesome book, really quick, easy read. And of course I like it because you see the evolution of the main character, and her priorities were all out of whack, and she really had to like have a come to Jesus meeting within herself and make the changes. And towards the end of the book, like I said, I won't ruin it for you guys, but like she doesn't become the best couponer, penny pincher, frugal queen, but she evolves to her situation and to better herself for the long run. So I just wanted to bring this up. Like I said, I think it's a really good book, but it might help you guys kind of see, and I'm sure there's other books too where people did that kind of thing, or movies or what have you, but you have to decide what is really important to you, what are your true priorities, and you need to start investing your time, money, and energy and prayer, if you pray, into those things. And you have to stop putting your limited resources into crap that is not even that important to you. And everybody has different priorities and different needs and wants. And I always give the example, there are people who a big flashy car is a priority to them, or some designer bag or designer shoes or designer private school for their children. Those things are priorities, and that's great. But if you can't afford it, you can't jump from 0 to 100. Do you know what I mean? If you're struggling paying the mortgage, then those things I mentioned can't really be the priority. But you guys all have to decide that for yourself. And for me, my priorities are very simple. You know, they really are. I think I'm fancy because I can afford to get my nails done. That is $80 a month. I get my nails done twice a month. And I didn't do that for many years because I was trying to pay off debt. And as soon as I became debt-free, well, actually, a couple of months before I became debt-free, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start getting my nails done again. Those things, and for some people that's frivolous, and that's cool. But for me, that's a priority to me. That's me taking care of me. My nails make me feel sexy. They make me feel powerful. They make me feel fun. They're part of my personality. They're part of my fashion sense. And I can afford the $80. But there was a time when I couldn't afford the $80 and I was spending it. And I really had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself and was like, Mercedes, you can't afford this. And it's like, oh, well, what if I cut back on this and cut back on this? And it's like, you still can't afford it, girl. And I was like, all right. You know what I mean? And so we all have to decide what that is. For some people, it might just be the ability to pay our rent on time, or to take our kids out to, ice cream every Saturday, or whatever it might be. But you are going to have to sacrifice other things in order to get the things that are priorities to you and to get to where you want to be. And maybe being debt-free is not a priority to you, or retiring early, or financial security. Maybe those things are not important to you, and that's okay. That's your personal preference. But you can't keep saying that you want financial security, you want to retire early, you want to be able to leave that job that you don't like, to find something else, or to start that business, or to spend more time with your kids. If you keep dropping money on crap that maybe you don't even like or isn't a priority to you. So I want you guys to think long and hard. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to, after you get off work, go to a second job to save that money? Are you willing to sell everything in your house that's not bolted down? Are you willing to trade in that car with that obscene car payment for $1,000 hoopty that's going to get you from point A to point B, but it's not going to be fancy, and it's going to progress you further into a positive direction? And only you guys can decide that, but I'm hoping from watching this video that you will be motivated to at least give it some thought. Okay, guys? So I hope that you got something out of this, and I will put the name of the book in the description box below. Check it out. And until next time, guys, bye. Oh, and please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, bye.